following content contains AI-generated images and voices that do not reflect views and beliefs of any individuals that show in this video. Content that you'll see was made strictly for satire and entertainment purposes only. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Have you seen a little girl? Just turned 7 last month. Short black hair, my daughter.
Silent Hill 1 is peak, Barack.
Madcap, Joe. Silent Hill 1 is great, but it doesn't deserve S tier just by creating new subgenre for a horror game. For me, it wasn't that scary back then, and sure as hell now.
Obama, unlike Resident Evil, Silent Hill didn't try to scare you with cheap tricks like hiding zombies in area that fixed camera didn't show. It was its own vision of atmosphere and story that made you look back on everything with bittersweet smile like you know you won't come back to this hell, but you're glad you tried it and endured everything and won.
Good day, friends. Apologize for being late. My schedule has been very stacked lately. Did I miss some rankings or discussion?
Hello, Donna. You just in time. Tell that cotton picker that Silent Hill is a masterpiece that belongs in S tier.
Joe, I don't deny that Silent Hill is a masterpiece. It's just too early to call any S tiers, or this list will be too generic.
Well, I'll be the judge of that. Let me hear your initial rankings and arguments for that rank.
Let me tell you a little story. When we were at the New Year party in our household just before the end of the millennium, I saw my 2 grandkids playing the game they received as a gift. And imagine my face when I saw Harry Mason woke up from a most horrible nightmare, only to realize that his daughter is lost and there's nobody to help him except some cop that vanished just as soon as she's arrived. It got my attention, and I sat down to watch what will happen next. Kids were exploring the area and found knife, some broken radio, health drinks, and save point. Right after game save camera changed for a split second and I saw something that I couldn't figure it out what it was. Something red and long like wings. I told that to grandkids, but they said that there was nothing. My mind was captured by unnerving sensation of paranoia. They spent a little more time in the cafe, and as when they finally reached for the door, radio suddenly became noisy. What happened next is what I can easily describe as most horrifying experience that I was lucky enough to witness. Red monster with wings broke through the glass and started attacking us. The kids were crying for help, and I just stood in shock watching Harry die for real this time. That's when I realized this game doesn't fuck around. It wants you to be scared of even watching it, let alone playing. For that traumatic experience alone, I would give the S tier, but game was even dipper than what I imagined in my mind. Not only this game brought new vision to the horror genre, it created its own subgenre of horror games. Psychological horror, the one that cripples slowly through your skin until you let it sink into your head and making your fears eating you alive by doing nothing. This is Silent Hill.
Joe, how can game be that scary if you can outrun every enemy in the game, and they don't give any droppings when killed, so what's the point in confrontation? Even so, the game stacks you with tons of pistol ammo and health drinks on normal difficulty. It just kills any suspense and atmosphere of dread and helplessness. I adore the uniqueness and novelty considering time it was released in, but this is as far as I can go. No more than B tier.
B tier? Bark, really? I get your point, but Joe speaks from the bottom of what's left of his heart, and you're simply stating that the mechanics of this game are outdated. What about your personal experience that remains not in your mind but in your soul, so to speak?
Dude, I don't have any personal connections or memories associated with this game. I appreciate the foundation this game laid for the horror genre in general and for Silent Hill series especially. But the formula that Team Silent created was not perfect and was properly realized in only future titles. I stand by my ranking, Donald.
Well, too bad, Barack. I think Joe's perspective leans to me more than yours, but S tier is really an early call. How about top A tier? Seems that we all again met our expectations in the middle.
Man, you guys are always drowned perfectly fine good games in middle or lower ranks. Can we at least have 2 games in S tier this time, please?
Well, it will depend on what games you think deserve this rank.
I won't spoil my rankings at the start of this video because any discussions after that would be based on them, so lay back, okay?
Fine then. I think we should move on to next installment, Silent Hill 2. a slightly better version of a previous title plot-wise, but mechanically stiff and unresponsive. Only reason this game is considered masterpiece is brilliantly crafted music, sound design, and the story that after beating the game leaves with big hole in your chest that you want to fill with ice cream.
Ice cream? Chocolate chip ice cream? I would love to fill all my holes with chocolate chip ice cream.
Patient, my zesty, goofy, demented old fart friend. Once we finish this list, you'll get whatever the fuck your holes wishes for. Just stop with sussy-gussy remarks. You understand?
Oh, okay. I hope ice cream won't melt by that time.
Another L take from you, Baraka. Man, are you even a fan of this series? I'm starting to regret bringing you up for this tier list. Like, seriously, I get you complaints on first game, but this is complete treason from your side, Obama. I am very, very, very disappointed.
Make no mistake, the fact that I don't give it an easy pass doesn't mean I hate it. But we still ranking it as horror game. And as much I would like to give the S tier, it's not meeting the standards that will qualify it as the top simply for one reason. It's even less scary than the first one.
I'm fucking calling Michelle.
Don't you fucking dare, Trump.
How could you? I thought you were a friend to me. We were supposed to rank Silent Hill 2 as the S tier, not A or B.
What am I supposed to do, Trump? Change how my heart feels? It is what it is. Take it or leave it.
Obama, you are my homie, my man, but shit, sometimes you're a pain in my ass. Jesus. Joe, I hope your ranking will be at least A tier.
Yeah, whatever tier. Let's finish this tier list so I can have my ice cream.
Oh my God. And here I thought two previous presidents would be a better company for Silent Hill tier list than Ben Shapiro with Bush. I am definitely asking them join me next time instead of you two sorry asses of politicians.
Come on, dog. It's not that deep. Just put it fries in the A tier, lil bro. Besides, next game for me definitely goes in S tier.
Oh yeah, the best girl coming through. Heather Mason is waifu material on God.
Shut your goofy ass, Joe, or I'll call the Secret Service. And you, Obama, finally some good taste in games. You almost made me slap you with last ranking. Silent Hill 3 is most underrated gem that should stay alongside Silent Hill 2 in S tier, but because of your traitorous action, it will be there alone.
But it's better in every way. It's scary, it's haunting, and most important, it's hella good-looking game for PlayStation 2 era. My only problem with it is death of Harry. Shit was off screen and we didn't see his interactions with Heather outside couple phone calls. Really sad how they decided to kill off the very first protagonist of this series.
But wait, there's more. I don't know about you guys, but the existence of this game made time chronology really messy. Is it before or after Silent Hill 2? If before, why not just release it first? If after, where are all cultists hid while many people just explored their past nightmares?
Does it matter that much, Joe? I think you can go both ways and be right at the same time. Silent Hill 2 showed personal hell or purgatory for people who either wanted punishment or just deserved one. So town could just hide their presence, while the cult could make their own agenda. They can't control the town in that way anyway. Well, anyway, we're getting slightly off topic, so Silent Hill 3 is the first S tier on this list.
And probably the only one.
Next up is probably most controversial game that Team Silent developed. The Room. Not The Room starring Tommy Wiseau, unfortunately. His presence would make this game 10 times more enjoyable. Very, very boring. Mid-C tier. Not only it's the first Silent Hill game that takes place not in Silent Hill. Protagonist is literally cardboard box. No motivation, no energy, no charisma. So bland, so dull.
And don't forget the change from semi-open area to explore to Corridor style walkthrough based on story progression. And that fucking backtrack section makes me angry every time I think about it.
Oh, come on, guys. It wasn't all that bad. First-person sections were interesting and immersive. Exploring your own apartment, trying to find clues to understand what's going on was really fun. And some enemies, although not being manifestations of someone's mind, were really terrifying. I'll never forget the first time twins appeared in the tower pointing finger in my direction, and then suddenly running towards me. I shat myself a couple of times in that area.
Biden, having some good elements and concepts, won't save this game from falling down to bottom of C tier. You can erase the Silent Hill from the title and it won't change anything. It's irrelevant to the cult plot and to the personal trauma plot. For that matter, if you change some names in the story, any connections to the main Silent Hill games will be lost. You would think that bringing someone like a father of protagonists of second game is going to be more important and meaningful. But no, he's just there, and he's not even mentions his son once. Some perspective on James's life as a kid or husband would be insightful, but no, we asking too much, aren't we?
Joe, if The Room wasn't game made by Team Silent, it would go straight to D tier. Be glad we're giving it that much credit.
Okay, you guys twisting my balls left and right today, geez. Cynthia was super hot on God.
Joe!